Well, we're up to part 5 on the Cutlass, folks, and I'm still reviving dead systems. This morning, I'm going to start out with the windshield wipers. Well, when I got the car, the wiper motor was out. Usually not a good sign. I plugged it in and all it did was blow the fuse. So I got a new wiper motor. Now these GM wiper motors, the washer pump gets bolted right on them. I'm not messing around. I got a new washer pump too. So I got to install that, get this thing bolted in the car, and change the fuse, and hopefully it works. So here's with the cardboard cover off. And I think it's a good idea to actually put your washer on there so that you keep your grease clean. So I'll do that next. Just want to show you, this pump comes with pages of instructions. I mean, pages. For something that fastens with only 3 screws. So I'm looking at it, and I think the gist of it is this slot I'm pointing at here with my thumb needs to go onto that. And this ground strap, I need to take that up and put it on top, which I'll show you when I'm done. I don't know what else there could be. That's what I'm going to do anyways. Alright, well there it is assembled. You know, it's slightly different. It's got this goofy slot here. I don't know what that's for. The old one didn't have it. But otherwise it looks like the electrical connectors are matching. This matches that. I don't know. I'm going to go plug it in, and let's see if the pump turns over or not, or if the motor turns over or not. All right, well, I got it all wired up. I got the fuse changed. I cleaned all connections. It's going to work. So let me turn on the key, put the wipers to high, and whoa. Not working? No worries. Got to ground it. Look at that. Yeah, I already did that off camera, and it works on low. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed to the next part, which is to actually get it hooked up to the linkage. Well, I peeled up the screen here to access the wiper arms, and look what I found. More mouse poop. More mouse poop. Well, here's how my luck's going. That's not a stud. That's a bolt with the head broke off. Great. I'm going to dig up one of those. All right, here's a good tip for you. So this thread checker, I'll put the link to it on Amazon. This thing is awesome. It's got all the metrics. It's got all the English. So I wasn't sure what I was hunting for with this. Came over, threaded it in. It's just a 1024. You could probably even read that on the camera, maybe. Anyways, turns out I have 1024s. In fact, I've got multiples. So, saved me a trip to the hardware store there. One other thing I want to mention, I'm running a tap through that hole. You know, that broken bolt came out pretty hard. So, just retapping it. There's a weld nut on the other side. All right, it runs. Give it a try in high speed. High speed runs. I don't hear anything from the squirter pump. Not sure if I should or not. Anyways, I'm going to hook up the wipers and hopefully life is good. There's park. Success. I have wipers. So I live in Minnesota, and I'm going to drive this thing. You never know where the day's going to take you, and sometimes it might take you right into a rainstorm. So wipers are a good thing. Well, Farley helped me hook up the hoses to the squirter pump, and we press the button, and there we go. Maybe aiming them down a little bit. I'm getting pretty wet, but there we go. All right, well, now that we got the windshield wipers squared away, there's still more work to do. It seems like it's never going to end. Do you see what you don't see? Window cranks, armrests, no window cranks over here, not even a door handle. I guess there's one window crank. So I got to get the doors together right, and I got one thing I want to do before I put the window cranks on the back, and that's take care of these ugly holes. So there's some lights that go there, and yeah, I got more light socket tech for you. I'm going to show you the problem with the current 1004 bulbs and why they don't work in these old sockets. So let's go have a quick look at that, and then I'll get this thing back together. Okay, here's my mess I've got going on with these lights. I've got an old wiring harness here, part of an underdash harness. So these lights are supposed to take a 1004. That socket's very similar to an 1157 or 1057 socket. And it's supposed to just push in, right? Socket does push in nice. Now here's the problem. All the new 1004 bulbs are flared out right here. Right here. I can't find any that don't have a longer straight area or any that aren't flared out. And you just can't get it in and lock it. You would have to bend all these little tabs outward in order to get that stupid thing in and get it to twist and lock in. So I don't know how I would use these, because if I bend those outward, I can't press this in anymore. So what I've decided I'm going to do is use a 94 socket. Let's see if I can find one quick. So this is the bulb for the little bulbs, like the instrument cluster bulbs. This is that socket. So obviously that bulb's tiny and it just goes in. So there's my solution. That's how I'm going to fix this on the car. Unfortunately, because these screws come in from the back, I got to pull the back seat out and get those armrests off to do that. So I'm going to go have that fun right now. All right, I've got the top up and the back seat out. As you can see, there's quite a mess. I'm going to have to do another vacuuming. Farley is baffled. She's like, "Where do I sit, Dad? You took out my seat." But the first thing I'm going to do before I get those side panels off is clean the underside of this convertible top. It's gross. And get that clean right now. And then that well area where the top folds into, I'm going to give that a vacuum too. Interior's looking a little more complete. Armrests, door handles, window cranks, that's all on. Let me show you these lights I was working on. So there's the light. Farley has got her nose in the way. You want to get in, Farley? Farley wants to go for a little bit of a ride. But here's the light down here. It's on the door switch. So it comes on when you open the door, like a dome light, but for a convertible. So I'm going to wrap up part 5 here. Thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. I am enjoying it a lot, you can probably tell. I mean, it's not without its difficulties, but this is what I like doing. I don't just sit around and watch TV or do video games. I work on old cars, old sleds, old motorcycles, whatever. So if you like that kind of stuff, be sure to hit the subscribe button, stick around, hit that notification bell, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and we'll see you at the car shows.